All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, buddy. I'm doing great. Hope you are as well. Hope everybody else is in the room too, and on
Excellent.
YouTube.
Yes. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Let's talk about what we had yesterday. Let's get into that a little bit. Again, I had a rough day yesterday. Seems like everything I touched, man. I don't know about you. I know you had a pretty great early trade on SPI. Not sure if you traded after that, but man, it was not easy yesterday. Let's get our 5 minute chart in here. Here we go.
I
This
had a
was
decent
yesterday.
day, but I'll say other than that SBI trade, it was a good amount of scalps. Low
Yeah,
float.
yeah, absolutely, guys. I mean, let's just go through it. I mean, look at
Uh,
VXRT, just pure choppiness at the open. Again, a couple of scalping opportunities, but not a whole lot of continuation. Here's INO, same situation at the start, very rough. They get a little pop here above the VWAP, and then it became a great trade later on. If you're trading past 11, we've seen the market be a little choppy at the open. And start to trade a whole lot better after 11, kind of settle down a little bit. And look at this great support that it had here around 1461, and just look at the breakout once it got above the VWAP again. So again, it settled down, but the morning was rough here. Nice, beautiful play later on. Here is Neo also, again, not the greatest at the open, but then it did settle down nicely and it did take off. This was probably one of the better trading stocks that I had on my watch list early on. Traded very well here. Beautiful pop here. The way that was moving. Here's a WKHS, also at the start, very rough. A little bit of a choppiness here. It did get again after 11. Looks like after 11 things really started to settle down here. Sure that had a lot to do with the SPY as well. And look at the way this thing moved up nicely here on there. American Airlines, a nice open range breakdown. I missed it, unfortunately. Beautiful open range breakdown. Several things happening here that led to that beautiful trade here. First thing, you lose the low of the pre-market there. That was nice. You can see here the beautiful drop you get after that. The 5 minute gives you a great continuation as well, dropping down nicely to some levels we had here, 1113, and then some below that. So pretty good there. Then becomes a little bit choppy towards the VWAP, and then again, as many stocks after 11, after 12 start settling down and became a beautiful reversal play towards the long side. CCL got too extended on this first 5 minute. Great scalping opportunity there if you were sure. Then from there, it just becomes pure chop for all the most part for the rest of the morning until again about that 11 to noon time where it starts settling down and trading nicely again. So pretty good stuff there. Someone mentioned AMD. AMD looked good yesterday. Let's take a look. I know I had this one as a possible. Yeah, AMD was clean. Unfortunately, I had it only as a possible here. This was a very clean trade, guys. A nice, beautiful pop here. Great continuation on AMD yesterday. So that is what we had. Let's take a look at our market pulse, kind of get what's going on today. Anything happening that we should know about?
SPY's down about 1/3%. All the indices overnight, the futures were down actually pretty big. Qs have come back up, went positive. They're pulling back to the previous day close right now. We're just kind of people are a little hesitant to jump in here. We'll see if there's some buying that starts sometime soon. Not saying today. I'm just saying maybe in the next few days, next week. Just going to depend on a lot of the macro. So 8:30 a.m. we had excuse me, at 8:30 a.m. we had durable goods and capital goods, core capital goods orders numbers come out, and then we've got a couple of Fed speakers at 11 and 3 at different events. So not a whole lot in terms of news today. We will see what it brings. It's not looking great to me this morning, but just me, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yesterday was not looking great neither, guys. So hopefully today, we can hopefully get something out of this. We have just a little bit on our gapping down list, a lot on the gapping up. Let's start with what is red today. SPI is down 24%. Again, this is the stock that went from $2 all the way up to 47. Yesterday gapped up a couple of points as well, and now sold off for the entire day yesterday with a couple of holds very early on in the morning. So again, just be careful of this stock. We've been talking about it. There were some good opportunities on this day here. You have to be really quick, very cautious of your risk management, right? Not to be caught on these on the drop, on the hammer, and the rug got pulled out of anybody jumping in here at this point, about 40, 42. Again, it just halted down. It opened up, what, 10 points below or something, or 20, if that. So just be very careful. I'm not going to have it on my list, guys. I think now it's just going to get very choppy. And it's going to
Yeah.
be very difficult to read the price action. The fun is over. This was here on this day 2 days ago. Now it's just really even. You're just guessing at this point. There's no technicals here. There's nothing going on. It's going to be easy to follow on this stock. But if you do have your edge on this and you know how to trade it, by all means, definitely keep it on deck. But I will be taking that one off my list. Let's make some room here. Uh, Here we go. All right, let's look at PEC, PECK. They are
Excuse me.
1.7 million shares flow. So very low flow stock. Not anything we're used to trading. Had a big day yesterday, looks like here, breaking out. Did that happen in the market? Oh my God, this is just brutal. Look at the way this thing's broke up here. So I'm assuming it's halting on the way up here as it's making this move all the way from 4 up to 14. So again, just tells you what kind of stock this is. And again, not anything you want to be trading, more of a very, very low flow risky stock. So I'm not going to add it to our list. PE and N here, they are down 3.6. They actually had a okay day yesterday after it settled down. The morning was rough. You had a couple of pops here. After 11 or so, starts really settling down here and trades very well. So this was another one that was pretty good after that 11 noon time frame. Right now, pre-market action is looking pretty good. I like what I'm seeing on it. We are getting some activity. 1.1 million shares traded so far. This one is again down 3.5. So I like that there. I like the daily on this one as well. Norm, anything new affecting this stock or just overall market?
Pin got a downgrade, but that was yesterday. I haven't seen anything fresh this morning.
Okay.
Uh, oh, it looks like maybe they've announced a secondary. It's kind of a confusing headline I'm seeing here, but so I'm guessing it's a secondary.
Okay. This secondary though does look interesting though. It's trading rather better than what we're used to seeing on secondary type stocks. So let's keep it on here for now. We can always remove it if we need to. All right, gapping up, we have quite a bit on here. Some of these tickers I already know just by looking at them, they're not going to be great. But let's go through it. Let's go through at least the first top five or so. ETON, definitely not great, guys. Horrible daily. 14 million shares flow and doesn't even have a great pre-market activity. You only have 172,000 shares being traded. And so far,
Yeah.
that has not traded very well. Horrible pre-market action. So I'm going to skip on this. This could get better later on, guys, if more eyes start looking at this and it can become the low flow of the day. But right now, this is not looking good at all. Um, it looks like it was halted for news. I'm assuming it had a halt here because I got the T. Usually, what the T means is trading
Yeah,
resumed.
they got a FDA approval on some sort of eye solution.
Okay. So we'll see how that's going to play out. But right now, the way it is standing at the moment doesn't look good for any type, even for the low flow stocks, doesn't look great. Workhorse, WKHS. This I like the daily on this. We're getting a little bit of a bounce here after three red days here, more of an indecision day here, kind of break even. And now we're moving up towards the upside a little bit, up 5.3, 600,000. Pre-market. We've seen better from Workhorse, but that is not a bad pre-market action. I do like what I'm seeing here this morning. We'll keep an eye on this one. Look at this great levels we have on the daily too. This level played well as a support. This 2034 here. So let's keep an eye on that. Kodak coming into our list now. Again, you know how I feel about this stock.
Talk about trash.
It's pure trash. I'm gonna skip it.
This is you were talking about SBI and how has SPI, excuse
Yeah.
me, and how it traded well. That first day,
Uh-huh.
you get a couple of days later in here, and I don't know if it's people still trading it because they had like FOMO or ROMO or something, but it's
Yeah.
like there's nothing going on here, and same thing. Perfect example of that's Kodak. If you look,
Right.
it had that wild day, and some people did great on it, and then just since it's been trash.
Right.
You're just like
Right.
it's like hanging on to an ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend and hoping and wishing and
Mm-hmm.
all you're doing is really getting kicked in the
It,
teeth.
it
So,
is painful, painful, painful. Just rip off the band-aid and get it over with, especially if you're holding here, expecting to go, back in the green. That's the bag holding. That's even worse. But again, yeah, I don't know why they're trading the stock. There's nothing going on with this. The fun is over. So we'll move on to the next one. NCLLH. This one is looking good, guys. We got some pretty good activity right now. as far as the pre-market. We seem better, of course, with a lot more volume, but 510 with this type of action is not bad. Now, let me just take a look at CCL. What do we have here? CCL's pre-market looks a whole lot better, typically because you have more volume, 1.2, and look how great this pre-market is trading here. So looks like the travel sector might be a little bit active today, well, at least on the cruise lines. I don't see any other ones besides CCL. Is there anything
In CLH,
NCLH?
what? Yeah, NCLH is on the list. So
Yes.
CCL got an upgrade out of Barclays this morning with a $31 price target. So you
Mm-hmm.
can bet there's going to be some retail put it all on black plays going on here this morning on Robinhood.
Yeah, so I'm going to add CCL to our main list here because it does have a great pre-market action, guys. I like that there. The volume is great. NTLH, I'm gonna put it as a possible because it does look good too. Not as great as CCL, obviously, but sometimes CCL gets way too much volume at the open and it is choppy, and NCLH would trade a lot cleaner. So same thing happens with American Airlines and United. American Airlines would get this rush of volume, which makes it very difficult to trade. And you see United Airlines still trading well and kind of following a smoother pattern. So typically that's what I do there with those two. Let's take a look at INO here this morning. They
I guess
are
Barclays wants to go on cruises or something because they're upgrading. They upgraded NCLH as well.
they did okay. Looks like they're ready to open up and start to get flowing there. INO guys,
And RCL. They upgraded the entire sector.
RCL too. Yeah,
So
RCL.
yeah, all
Yeah,
three of these got upgraded.
I'm gonna
I
put
think
RCL.
they want to go on a booze cruise and forget
Yeah,
about coronavirus.
yeah, exactly. RCL not great, but typically RCL does this. They don't have a great pre-market action. Out of the three, these major ones that we've been trading, been so active. RCL usually gets the lowest volume, but let's see. I'm gonna put it on here because if they're all getting upgraded, I expect some action today out of them. Again, CCL already looking really good this morning. We left off over at INO. INO right now, their daily got pretty nice and got kind of messed up here with this pullback. They're so kind of moving sideways. Pre-market action is pretty choppy at the moment. They are up 4.4, and I think it's a stock that will get the volume. Again, yesterday traded very well after that 11 a.m. time frame. Look how clean this was. So I'm inclined to put this on here. We can always remove it if we need to. Again, pre-market could be better. But I do like the daily. Hopefully, we can get back up to this area where we have some great resistance over here at 1857. We'll see if we can get going there. DKNG, they are up 3.5. Not the greatest pre-market action. Pretty choppy here. Their daily is interesting. What I like about their daily is this area of support we have around $50, right? We once we broke out, is we've been testing that support over and over again. Obviously, yesterday a lot of stuff was in the red, so they did lower to the next support area they had. So I do like that we're back up here. Let's see if we can get going towards that 55. So DKNG, I'm gonna keep here this morning. All right, CCL we looked at. RCL we have. SPAQ we know, guys, it's a shell company. It doesn't trade very well. So we'll move on from that one. KB, what do we have? This is a perfect example of a block trade here. So this is nothing happening. You got 424, one transaction being posted there. So nothing good there. PKX, same thing, another block trade here, creating some volume and nice pop. ETON we looked at, looks horrible, even worse now. Did it get halted again? No, it's not. It's still good. And CUK is a different share class of CCL. So not bad. There's a lot on here, but only a few that look really, really good. I think we're able to capture those in our main list here and in our possibles list. Norm, what do you like this morning that might not be on here?
I'm looking for Apple to break out of this daily chop sometime soon, so I'll have my eye on that.
Yep.
Uh, of course, Roku will have to keep on the list because it never shows us it's going to do anything pre-market, and then it moves $50 smoothly.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, yes. Oh man, Roku. How did you do
so that's
yesterday? Yeah, very choppy yesterday.
yeah.
Like many stocks. Yeah, it's just not great.
You
But
just got to be careful and pull the trigger when it actually
yep,
happens.
yep. All right, guys, let's see what we have in our chat. We'll start with our chat here. GS, we'll start with you. Neo. Let's take a look at Neo. Another stock that has been very, very active, up 1.6 this morning. Decent pre-market action. Their daily has been a little bit all over the place. They seem to be holding this level here at 1777. It's a very important level for them because you can see how many times we have tested that. over the last what month and a half, almost well, no, over a month we've been testing this level. So again, very important level. We're above that now. Pre-market's got some volume. Yeah, I think this is worth keeping an eye on here. So we'll put on Neo there. QQQ is active. Yeah, Nora kind of talked about this, getting a little bounce on the QQQ here. So yeah, this is very active. If you do trade this ETF, you can do that. I'm not gonna be. I usually don't trade them, so I usually would look for a stock that's following it that can have a nice movement to it. AMD this morning it is up slightly up, less than 0.5%, 100,000. So not much volume at the moment. Their consolidation though is pretty tight here, from 74 to 78. You can see right on the daily how great that consolidation is. Obviously, a lot given happening because of the market, overall market just coming down here, finding a little bit of a base, possible breakout, or I don't think we'll get a crazy drop today, but who knows? Anything's possible. Possible breakout, but I'm not seeing anything aside from this consolidation. Pretty much like Apple right now on the daily. I'm not seeing anything huge on an AMD at the moment. That could change. Let's keep an eye on it. Let's look at Roku. Roku was pretty bad yesterday. We did see that, and a lot of stocks were at the open, but Roku never actually recovered to trading well. It just kept on being choppy here, guys. I mean, you have a very nasty, nasty double bottom here, but to try to catch that, that's difficult at the moment because you're getting a lot of deep pullbacks and big pops here. Very difficult to catch that double bottom. After the fact, easy to see now, but I can imagine this at the time it was trading was not clean at all. BA, let's see, anything going on with the airlines? What do we have in BA? BA actually looks pretty good here.
You know you're going to get a hate mail telling you that BA is not an airline, right?
I know, I know. I gotta say airline sector. Excuse me. It happens
Fair
all the time.
enough.
But BA is not an airline. Like I know it's not an airline. But BA guys, I like the drop we're getting here on BA and the bounce we had over the last couple of days. Why are we dropping so hard on BA? Not sure why, but either way, guys, we got a couple of red days here, a little bit of a bounce, pre-market action, a little bit choppy, but I do like the daily on this. I'm gonna put it as the top possible for now, because I think that could be this could be a good one. I like what I'm seeing here on the daily. All right, let's look at Tesla. What do we have going on with Tesla? We know they haven't been doing pretty well over the last couple of days. Big day for them. Yesterday they recovered nicely. Possible continuation. We got great volume and a great pre-market action on Tesla. Yeah, Tesla is worth watching. I have a very difficult time trading Tesla, but man, looking at these technicals, this looks really good this morning. Great pre-market action. The daily continuation from yesterday, worth watching with some really good volume at the moment. NVAX, NVAX. Take a look here. Horrible pre-market though. We've seen better from this one in the past. I mean, again, it's not the easiest stock to trade. It could be a hit or miss, but the pre-market right now is not looking great. The volume is very light. We are up 5.5 on it. Looks like we had some post hour action yesterday here on it. Nice pop here and whatever it was doing after that. How did it trade yesterday? Yesterday was actually was a very clean stock. So this is the thing with NVAX. It can give you a horrible pre-market action, as you can see here. And it gave you a good trading day. Looking at it now without seeing what the price action was, it looks like it was pretty clean. So again, we just can go by what our candles show there, but not sure how that price action actually was. So this could be a good possible. So you could add it to your list. I'm not going to add it because one, I'm not good at trading this stock. I already tested that. It doesn't work for me. And the pre-market action is not looking great. So it's a possibility that it does not do anything. But looking how it traded yesterday, don't push too much weight on this pre-market activity because at the open it can get going. NKLA is one that we've been watching closely. At the moment, they are up 1.5, 466. This stock is going to be in play for a very long time. It's going to be active for a very long time this news goes one way or the other. Either yes, they have fraud or they do not. It's got to get cleared up, eventually. I'm not sure if that has happened yet.
No.
But again, it's just until that happens, I'm probably not gonna touch it, guys. Just me personally, let's see what takes place. But this stock is going to be in play. You are going to have opportunity to scalp it, short or long. So just be careful with the number of shares you take. Costco is usually not a great trading stock. They have to have some pretty good news to get moving. They are very choppy, very light on volume. I'm not aware of any news, Norm, on Costco.
They had
Uh,
earnings last night.
Earnings last night.
Yeah, they
See,
had good earnings, but they're selling off. Costco is, I have found insanely difficult to trade.
yeah. Yeah, it is not an easy stock. It's worse than Walmart, and Walmart is hard to trade as well. These retail companies, I don't know, something about them, the way they trade. But Costco, again, it could be active, guys. $300 stock. I'm a pass on it. I don't like what I'm seeing in the pre-market. And overall, it's just a very difficult stock to trade. We have Roku, United, and Delta. All right, let's look at the actual airlines and not the airline sector. Here we have United. This one. Yeah, it's not active, guys. United's not active. Only 80,000. Delta 95,000. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything active on these, so I'm gonna pass on them for now. BA, on the other hand, I have it as a possible. They got some good volume, good pre-market action. They've been dropping quite a bit over the last couple of days. All right, let's see here. What else do we have? I lost my spot, so I'm just going to continue here from Microsoft. Let's continue there. All right, Microsoft. Yeah, a little light on the volume on Microsoft. I mean, I think Apple is looking slightly better today, a whole lot better today. Microsoft, I'm not seeing anything great. How did it trade yesterday? Let's take a look here. Um, Actually, not a bad start for Microsoft yesterday. Look at this beautiful pop here on the 5 minute. That was nice and clean, beautiful continuation off the moving averages. So that was pretty good. And again, they didn't have a great pre-market action. So if you like Microsoft, add it to your list. The pre-market action might not determine how well they trade today. But it's very similar to Apple. They're consolidating here as well. So any strength from the market, I think on these companies that have been dropping because of the market, you're going to get a pop today. So interesting to see how the SPY and the rest of the market's going to react today. All right, guys, a few more. Let's do at EXSA. Excuse me, EXAS. This one here, guys, a great pop yesterday. As you can see here, I remember this stock. Yeah, this one is you gotta be careful with this one. I don't know if it's a low flow stock, but it does trade very wild. It's not an easy stock to trade. I'm not sure what caused the pop yesterday. Obviously, probably some news or some catalyst created this volume. But for the most part, I don't expect a whole lot out of this one. And just be careful with the spread as well. I think we traded some before in the past. It's not an easy stock to trade. All right, let's head on down here. Costco we looked at. Good.
Cured all. Chris. I
What
like
Chris is saying.
Chris MC.
Cure all this.
EXA has cured all of the diseases yesterday. I like that.
Looks like it did with this beautiful pop here. So yeah, guys, just be careful with that one. All right, let's go over to YouTube. What do we have? DKNG, we do have on here. Have it on here. I like the daily on it. I like the consolidation and the bounce we got from yesterday. Possible continuation or drop, either way, or drop here. But again, I think it looks good and pretty active this morning. And DKNG, you're not gonna get that nice, clean pre-market action like you see like on an Apple. You don't get this on DKNG, but they still trade very well. I'm starting to notice that from looking at the stock, so often, and they don't trade as clean in the pre-market. They're not an icy stock. Usually, an icy stock, you get that from them. They don't trade. They don't have that clean pre-market action. But this one's a little bit different. Let's look at JetBlue here. Do they have volume? A lot of the airlines don't have no volume. This one has the worst volume actually. So it's not looking good here, guys. Only 14K. But again, if you look at the rest of the airlines, I don't think they are in play. BA is the only stock that's airline related that it is in play today. Um, Benito is giving us DPHC. That didn't look good yesterday. Yeah, that didn't look good yesterday. I had to actually trade. Look at this. Looked like it traded very well, but the pre-market didn't look great on this one. I don't like this pre-market action either now. But again, something about the stock that I'm just not liking here. Rad, we haven't seen that one in some time. What's going on with them? Big drop yesterday. Wow. Lost a lot here right at the open. But this stock, guys, does not get a whole lot of volume. Not sure what caused this drop yesterday. Pre-market right now, I'm not seeing anything great on it. So I'm gonna leave it off my list at the moment. Again, this can cause some type of action, but usually when you get this type of drop like this, a couple of days
They
can
had
be
earnings.
choppy.
They had earnings yesterday
They
morning.
had earnings yesterday
Yeah.
morning before the bell opened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So again, that's what's costing that there. Aside from that, I'm not sure what you're gonna get out of it today. You could watch if you like. I don't like the pre-market action on this one, and also it doesn't move a lot. This stock to get 20 cents, 30 cents, it takes a lot to do that. So I'm gonna keep it off my list today. All right, let's go down a little bit here. CBAT. CBAT. What do we have? More of a penny stock, so I'm not gonna be watching it. Very active, 25 million shares traded right now. But again, this is a penny stock, so be very, very careful. JD. What do we have in JD? JD, no volume, starting to get going here. Has 100,000, but it's not trading well at all. Their daily looks a whole lot better. I love the way their daily is set up here. Possibly a drop if we can lose this over to the next moving average down here around 70.39. But the volume in the pre-market is not giving us any indication to add to our list at the moment. All right, guys, we have a good list though. We have a pretty decent list so far. Penn, Workhorse is looking good. CCL is looking amazing. INO is still chopping around. DKNG, I think it's going to get better. Neo also looking good, and Tesla's looking very, very good. Actually, I can move Apple up because Apple is starting to trade very, very well. I like Apple, and then and BA. So, what? How come I don't have BA up here? BA is starting to get better. Yeah,
You
let's move
do. It's on
that.
your secondary.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's move it up. Let's move it up. 'Cause I think BA could be a good one today. So we have a good list, guys. I think we're gonna get something going here. All right, let's go over to community announcements. We'll come back and fine tune this list.
Guys, first of all, I will say if you're watching on YouTube, we sincerely appreciate the thumbs up. It helps us get found by people over there on YouTube for the stream. So any thumbs up you could give us, sincerely appreciate it. Guys, we are leaving Andrew's YouTube success webinar up from Wednesday. That is how he trades, his opening range breakup, breakdown strategy, trading momentum at the open. So check that out. Really, really great webinar, and we will leave that up on YouTube for you guys to be able to check out. Next week, we've got Mark Randall. We have had his partner on, Stephen Goldstein. He'll be talking. Mark is a long history of trading and being around traders. Be talking about a collection of the worst trades he's ever seen. I can't wait to tune in for that. Have a couple of drinks and a couple of laughs. Mike's success webinar should be up in the psychology section next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. We'll have Nada talking about getting intimate with our thoughts and emotions. Giving away an iPhone, top of the line iPhone each and every week, guys. This is for our trade of the day and trade of the week contest. So if you take a screenshot of your best trade, mark it up with your entries, exit strategies, ideas, and thoughts. Tag at Bearable, post it on Twitter, and at the same time, tag at Bearable Traders, at Mike B_BBT, and at Norm BBT. Also use hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, Stock Market. Wow, those shot up. Thank you guys over on YouTube. And Stock Market, we will pick a winner each day. That'll be the trade of the day. That'll be announced in the closing bell show and on Twitter. And then each Monday, Mike will announce, we will vote over the weekend. And each Monday, Mike will announce the trade of the week. That person that gets trade of the week has the ability to claim that iPhone if they do a couple of things. Check the forum post to see what's required to do that. If you're watching us, speaking of YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube and would like to try out the chat room, you can use the promo code PREMARKET24. That'll give you 7 calendar days, 5 trading days, unless there's a market holiday in the chat room. That includes access to Carlos's Monday, 8 p.m. live every week onboarding class. That membership does not auto renew or turn into anything else. It just ends after that 7 days. And we figure that's enough time for you to decide if Bearable Traders is a good fit for you or not. If you like it here. If you're looking to either join us as a lifetime member or upgrade your membership to lifetime, you can do so with the promo code FALL35 for 35% off a lifetime membership.
All right, thank you, Norm.
You
All right,
got it, buddy.
guys, let's get into it. Let's see what we have. I think we have a pretty decent list this morning. Let's start with Penn here. They're doing well at the pre-market. I like the daily also. We were sitting right around some of these levels here. So I'm going to keep that on there. Next is Workhorse. I think this one also has some really good daily levels as well. Pre-market is looking decent, good volume. I'll keep this one on there. CCL, amazing pre-market action. Definitely like what I'm seeing here. Very active. INO. You know what? I might take INO out because we're just chopping around here the last couple of minutes. So pretty weird action happening here as we're not getting any volume. It might become active, but just looking at what we looked at already, right? Penn has a great pre-market action. Workhorse has a decent pre-market action. CCL has a great pre-market action. And now you get to this and it's like, okay, we're not seeing anything great there. Let's move this down and remove it from our main list. Still could be a great possible. So don't completely exit out. Let's leave it on the possibles list. Now, DKNG, not the greatest pre-market action compared to the top three I have here, but they have potential. I think they don't usually put a beautiful pre-market action. We'll keep that one on there. Neo, another one, beautiful pre-market action. Don't mind this candle. This is just transactions being posted at 8 a.m. here. We usually see that around 8 a.m., 7 a.m. might have some of these transactions being recorded, right? So if you take that out of the picture, you do have a great pre-market action. And what we mean by the pre-market action, look at the way this thing is flowing, right? They're creating some pretty good candles here with some nice volume, 678 right now. So that looks good. Same thing with Tesla, transactions being posted here. You take this candle out of here, probably cut it in half, and you can see how beautiful this thing is trading in the pre-market. Amazing volume, 1 million shares. Apple, same thing, cut this candle out of the way. Look how great this thing is trading. NBA, same thing, trading pretty good. So we gotta work cut out for us. How many we have? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. It's early. I think we can get through all these levels, and then we could decide what we want to take off. Let's start with Penn. Low of the pre-market here, looking at 61.50. That looks great. Again, we're slamming against some areas of resistance up here on the pre-market high, sitting right at 63.49. I'm going to mark that there. So looking good right now. Towards the bottom, low of this candle here is 59.50. Could be a great area of support. And remember, guys, these levels are in areas, so I will consider this level here as a resistance point, right? If you move this down right to the middle around here, these are in area, right? It's never going to be exact. So at 59.24, you test the resistance here that later becomes support. That's a good level to have on your list towards the downside. Towards the bottom, if we were to lose that level, we have a great consolidation and resistance area right around here, 56.59. Look how many times we tested that. We're not able to break out of that. We start losing a bit here, regain some of the support here at this moving average, then come right back against that level again, that 56.59, eventually breaking out of it. Now towards the top, we do have the previous day close, some highs and lows from the last two trading days. And in between this beautiful gap here, right, we got a great area of support here when we were consolidating over these 5 days right up top. In between here, this middle point, this is at least a minor area of resistance, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 2 days testing it as far as their wicks, and you got this day opening right on that level, 65.95. So I'm going to keep that on there for now. That's a minor level there in case we do decide to go north at the moment. Right now, looking pretty weak. We're almost down 3%. Let's see if we're going to continue to get above the VWAP here, or we're going to come down to 61.50. Workhorse, some levels we have here are now being covered by the pre-market highs and lows, right? We had this 20.34, we had this 20.74. Let's remove these levels. That should be covered by, yeah, there we go. So our pre-market, our highs and lows from the last two trading days pretty much got us covered there. I am going to add the top of the pre-market here at 24.10. All right, so high of the pre-market at the moment. And then towards the bottom, I do have the pre-market low. I think that's going to be a more, the previous day close. I think that's going to be a more important level than some of these stuff here. Like, look at this pre-market low here, right? It's going to be at 22.40. I don't want to put a lot of weight to this thing here. This is not great pre-market action. I'd rather anything in here, like this one here, 23.15, that's a better level, right? See how many times that was tested towards the top and the bottom? 23.14 is, I'd rather have that than this pre-market low here where you got a couple of transactions with no volume. Not much weight to put onto that. And then your previous day close will be the one that has the real weight down there. Towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last two trading days. If we were to lose that, another great level, you can clearly see how clean that looks. That 1886 resistance now becomes support again, as you can see as this thing starts moving up. So 1866 definitely on our list. I don't think we'll get there. It's a long way to go, but just in case, we're ready. And then towards the top, above that 24.10, which is your pre-market high, you have another great area of support over at 25.05. Just look how great that support has been after we broke out of that. So plenty of levels for Workhorse. Let's look at CCL trading nicely. Now this pre-market high, I'm going to put a lot of weight into this pre-market high here at around 14.30.34. Yes, it did pop up a little more here, but this is more important because look how many times we tested this and we're able to get rejected here. So we're testing that 14.34 one more time. Let's see if we can break out of that. Towards the top, if we're to get above that, there's not a whole lot in here as far as daily. The only thing I'm seeing is probably this the opening of this day around 14 57, but I'm not going to mark that down. It doesn't have a lot of weight on here. The next level that I see clean is going to be this 1480. So we'll see what we can get towards the upside here. Then above that, the high from 2 days ago, and above that, you do have some moving averages kind of gathering here. But let's see if we find a good daily. What do we have as far as daily? Probably here. This is the best clean one, the 1565, right? Area of support and resistance on a couple of occasions. So towards the bottom, in case we do decide to drop, you have your low from yesterday, and you also have this drop all the way down here at 1281. I don't think we'll get it today. This thing is looking pretty strong for the most part, and they did get an upgrade, so we're starting to see some of that action unfold this morning. DKNG, we're stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. The high of the pre-market sitting over at 53.64, so we can mark that down. But you do have a good area here too, though, over at around 52.78. So I'm going to mark that just in case. And this pre-market is looking pretty decent. Let's see if we can get back up to that 52.78, or are we going to start rejecting some of that, some of those levels. Towards the top, we're pretty much covered. Again, the highs from 2 days ago on here. Most recent all-time high 55.65, I believe it is. Yeah, so you got your all-time high here. If you look at this daily, man, this thing is consolidating nicely here. It's not a tight, clean consolidation, but it is consolidating. Let's see if it's going to hold and try to break a new high in the next couple of days. Here we have NEO. Let's see what we have for NEO. So good pre-market action at the moment. Let's remove some of these levels that we marked up. We are stuck between the highs and lows here. High of the pre-market right now, 1824. So let's mark that down. Above that, the next level is the high from 2 days ago, which is a great level. This 1935, see how many times we have had resistance on this level. That's a pretty major level there. In between here, there's a lot of chop on the daily. I'm trying to see if we find something that looks clean. No, I'm not seeing anything great. You know what? I'm gonna put 1884. There's a lot of wicks touching that 1884. A couple of days using that as resistance and support. So minor level though, it's not a clean one as you would have, like for example, this one here comes up, great level right there, and then gets rejected, right? That's a beautiful level. Also here, same thing, comes up, nice rejection, drops that same day. That 2104 major area of resistance for this stock. But I like this 1884 as a possible reference if we do break out of some of this like 1884. If we do break out of 1824, that could be a possible target for us to go forward to. Towards the bottom, this previous day close line, guys, this is a major area of support. You can see we've been just nicely staying above that. A couple of times dipped below, but quickly made our way back up to that previous day close line, which is sitting around 1784 for the most part. Let's look at Tesla. Great pre-market action right now, guys. At the moment, we have our highs and lows towards the top of us. Are in the bottom. Previous day close as well, very close to the low of the pre-market, so I'm going to leave that there. High of the pre-market right now, 397.37, so we'll mark that. Then above that, the highs from the last two trading days pretty much got you covered here. I don't think you need to add anymore. And then towards the bottom, same thing. The lows from the last two trading days are giving you some good areas of resistance. I don't think you need to add anything. I do like this level here. We have a moving average at 366.97. We also have a couple of days using that as resistance and support. So that 366.97, I'm going to mark that there just in case we do get a drop at the open or during the trading day. Apple also has a great pre-market action. Same situation, guys, just kind of stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. I'm going to mark the pre-market high now, getting a little bit of rejection here at 109.43. Then towards the bottom, you got the previous day close. We were red this morning, pushing our way up to green here. Let's see if we're going to continue. For the most part, Apple right now is stuck between a real nice consolidation. So we'll see if there's any juice to get going towards the upside here. BA is very active today. The airlines are not, but BA, which is in the airline sector, it is active this morning. They are up almost 1%.
I like how I got you clarifying that every time.
Yeah, I gotta stay sharp there. So again, they're very active this morning. I'm not gonna put weight into this pre-market highs over here, guys. Right? We're gonna put the weight right on here where it's at now. We got a lot of action happening around 147.51. So that's a good area to put that level of possible resistance. Towards the bottom, we see a lot of support happening on the pre-market low, 145. That's also the low from yesterday as well. If we were to lose that, which is not looking like the case, we have to go back deep, back into, excuse me, here, April, May, June. Obviously, all the way down. It's not going to get to 112, 113. That's not going to happen. But right in here, maybe 131. I don't think it'll get there neither. But that's probably the best next area of support that we have, that 133.49. But again, looking pretty good right now, guys. Very active, beautiful pre-market action on BA. I do like this one. We have 8 on our list and some possibles. INO starting to get moving. It did get a little choppy here, starting to get going, so this can get a little bit better. NCLH is a possible in case CCL is a little bit too hectic at the open, starting to break out of that 1434. Roku's not doing much, but we know how that can play out. AMD starting to get going, and NKLA, just be careful with this one, guys. So very, very careful. I'm going to remove this one from my list. All right, I still have 8, but I'm going to keep this on here because I think they all look great. As we get closer to 9:30 and look at the rest of the moderators lineup, I might fine tune this a little bit better, how things play out. Let's see what our moderators have today, guys. Let's start with Tiffany. She has a Penn, CCL, and Tesla. Very nice tight list there. John has a high of day breakout, Tesla with caution. I agree. Tesla could be very whippy, so be careful there. Jared has Apple, BA, NCLH, and or CCL. Very good list there. Mike's looking at his scanners and also at BA. Eamon has Apple, Tesla, CBAT, and BA. And Brian, he has DKNG, PENN, Workhorse, SQ. He's watching the Qs and also CBAT, CBAT Fly. So that's his list there. Peter's coming in with his list now. He has Apple, Penn, Workhorse, BA, Costco, AMD, and CCL on his secondary. So pretty tight list for everybody today. I think everybody's kind of got same areas of stocks that we're watching. So it's not a large spread between different type of stocks. I think we're all within that same area of CCL,
Br-
Neo, Tesla,
Br-
Apple.
Brian, is Fly a ticker? Is
No, I think he's saying see bat fly like a bat flying.
Oh, okay.
I think
Okay.
that's what he's doing.
Okay.
Um, all right, guys. I think we have a decent list today. Anything else we might have missed? Let me see if we have any questions we can answer. We got a couple of minutes. See if we have any quick ones here. I am not seeing anything that we need to answer, so I think we're pretty good, guys. It is Thursday, guys. Happy Thursday. Trade safe today. We will see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning to prepare for our last day of trading. So let's see. Looking forward to the market open. What is the
Wait, whoa, whoa,
SPY?
whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
I'm not gonna be here tomorrow morning, dude.
Oh,
This is Friday.
today's Friday?
Yes.
Oh my God. This is what happens when you're just what happens. I had no idea today was Friday. I'm glad you told me because I would have been starting off and saying, "What the hell happened to everybody? Nobody's wants to look at our show anymore." Jesus Christ, I'm telling you. So what happens when you're a trader, man? You just lose track of time, and more so now with the pandemic. Everybody's home, so it's just every day.
They
It
all
just
blend. They all
feels it
do
just
blend
blends
together.
in. There's no separation between weekends and weekdays. So, guys, with that said, happy Friday. Take care, trade safe. Again, as you know, last day of the week, so we want to do this right. Make sure you follow your rules and that you are not trying to be a hero today. It was a rough day yesterday. I had a loss yesterday. I'm not going to try to be a hero today. If you did that, please be careful. Also, take it easy. So, I will see you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.
Just kidding. I'll see you guys
You're
Monday.
gonna find no stocks in play tomorrow. I can tell you that. Market's gonna suck.
All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Good morning, Brian. Yeah, yeah. Part of me does want to keep trading.